What's up, guys? Oh, that's the first word I said this morning. Up early here. I went ahead and increased the ride height about half an inch or so. That way we will clear. There's a little, I don't know if you guys can see it, this little lip back here. That was rubbing when I was turning. So I lifted both the front sides and kept the rear as it was. So we're taking the 240 this morning to Advanced Auto Fabrication. They do mostly BMW stuff, a lot of grip stuff, but they have a lot of experience with track setups, and I'm just going to give them some specifications to run. It should be good for the track and doable for the streets, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Bringing it to them dusty. I don't think I have time for a car wash, and I don't want to run it through a run through just because I have these hood vents. Sometimes it might cause an electrical issue, and that's not something I'm trying to do. I've been waiting for this day for a while. Super excited. Hopefully this does well on the road. I'm going to take it on the highway on the way back to make sure there's no wiggles or nothing loose. So we're going to head to the shop now. Rubbing slightly. Oh, it's right here. What's up, guys? Yesterday you saw my 240 on a tow truck, and seems like the fuel pump is out. I got one coming. Today I'm going to mess with the ball joint on the lower control arm. On the left side especially, it's a little loose, so I'm going to take the cotter pin out, tighten it up a little bit. But I noticed when like switching lanes here in Spokane, in between the lanes they kind of like dip. And when I was switching lanes, the car just, as the wheel went into the dip, the wheel turned, but the steering wheel stayed straight for the most part. And then I had to like overcorrect. So like, you know, with old trucks, the ball joints start to wear and you have that issue. This is all like new front suspension, so we shouldn't have any like looseness. Regardless, you know, if the steering was tight, it would still pull you a little, but it would pull the steering wheel. And that was going about 60 miles an hour, and that was a little freaky to see. So I'm gonna double check, tighten it up a little bit, snug it up. After the first run, you want to check your suspension parts anyways. That's what we're doing today. Something quick. I still want to get to these brakes here. Hopefully we'll do that in the next couple days. I've got a lot going on, so bear with me. Thanks. So this is a lower control arm ball joint, and this is what I suspect being the issue. So basically I'm gonna suck this down some more. Maybe we'll stop. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's bad. Hopefully it just came loose while driving. And I'm not a dumbass. But the cotter pin went through. I don't know, we're gonna have to get a bigger cotter pin or something. Let's work on that. Alright, we got some actual threads on it. Nice and tight. No wiggly. I think that was the issue. I'm gonna go ahead and double check the passenger side. So this one is a lot tighter. Get my hand there. See, I'm gonna wiggle this. Can't see too much play. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and tighten it anyways, just for safety. So I feel better. Every other bolt feels good. Just do a little nut and bolt check on everything, just because. Just needle nose pliers. Take this guy off. Luckily, these are aluminum, so they're like, see how easy they are to bend. Certain metal types, like even the brass ones, are a lot harder to bend than this one-handed. Or just not really paying attention. Let me take that off real quick. Alright, we got this one nice and tight. I'm gonna drop it. I need to look at my drive shaft U-joints. Don't know if I have time to do that today, but there's some clunking and some vibrations. Yeah, that's basically where I'm at, is I gotta check for some vibrations. It could be the angle of my drive shaft to my rack and pinion, my differential. So I gotta figure out a way to do that. The best way is obviously put it up on jack stands, put cinder blocks under each wheel, and then let the car down onto the cinder blocks so I can see what the angle of the rack and pinion is when it's on the ground and measure that. So yeah, that's a whole science experiment. Hopefully it's just bad U-joints. I didn't grease them when I got the drive shaft made, and maybe they didn't grease them either. So that's on me, that's my fault. So I could just replace it with new U-joints maybe, we'll see. So shout out to Street Faction for their bash bar with the jack point. Makes everything super easy. So I'm under here and I'm looking at my drive line. I have my axles. Bakun, what you doing? Okay, so I have my axles here, and then my other axles on the opposite side. I put the car in gear, let them rotate. They looked straight. Bakun, what you doing under here? Okay, so they look straight to me. So I went up here, look at my drive shaft. Ball joint looks good. Nothing that I can tell. I got a weight here, probably for balancing. Came up here to about the middle, and I got a little bit of a scratch here. Ooh, screechy. But that's just from, this is my e-brake cable, and it sags a little, so it scratched it. But it looks like it'll be fine. So I went to the front where the transmission is. Ball joint looks good. No movement, no play. Oh, hey there. Looks like the welds broke and the weight came off. So I'm pretty positive that's my issue there. The driveline looks straight. It looks like it's at a decent angle. So there's my problem there. Alright, so it's looking like it's that weight on the front of the drive shaft. I called the drive shaft shop that I had custom make it. He said if it's their drive shaft that they made, that he'll fix it free of charge. It must have just been a bad tack weld and didn't hold it on. So that's the good news. Bad news is he's out of a drive shaft mechanic or whatever. He's actually taking his test this week, so he should be in the shop next week. So the plan is to take it off sometime next week and take it in, get it fixed, hopefully one day turn around, put it back in the car, and we will have no vibrations. Fingers crossed, it'll drive smooth like butter. Everything else looks good, so it should be good. But yeah, glad we came to the bottom of that. We're getting super close to being able to daily drive this and take it to a track event later this summer. That's it for today's video. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, see you next time.